Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is time for everyone's favorite day of the week, chatting with Doug. Woo!
That's what they're pitching. I call it. They're gonna change Wednesday to chatting with Doug Day. Doug Day. Should change it Doug Day.
Yeah, Doug
Or
Day.
Doug. Both work.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair. 1,000%.
That's totally fair. Come on.
Anyway, welcome everyone. I see that over on Twitch we have a level 7 hype train going. And over on YouTube, I see the questions are flowing on in. So let me get to the rules here so that we can start answering these very important questions that you must ask of this bald-headed genius and icon. I'm really hyping you up today, Doug.
I know, man. I can't live up to it. Of course, I can never live up to it. But...
So first and foremost here, we give priority to the bit messages and the super chats, since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted questions on Twitch or just regular chat questions over on YouTube. But do save those towards the end of stream, because I'm not able to scroll back up and see them, and so just save some of that for the end of stream here. On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We, of course, appreciate any contribution that you give towards us, but we have a large volume of questions that are coming in, and this is just a way for us to be able to prioritize those and still have time to get to some of the non-paid questions. Please don't repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You're going to get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do that. So just don't do it, okay? You don't need to repeat bit messages or super chats. I know sometimes on YouTube that's a little confusing because you see it unpin from YouTube. But I do have a list, and it is very rare that we actually miss it. You just need to have some patience. Sometimes we can get up to an hour behind, so just have some patience and we will get there. Bad credit card rant.
No!
Sorry. I was like, whoa, hello.
Should we just let it finish? Just let it finish.
It did.
So, it's probably finished already. Okay.
We just finished.
Okay.
Watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster we have to read it, the more likely it is that we're going to lose the point, and we do not have time to go back and figure it out. Same thing with part questions. If you absolutely must split your message up into multiple parts, keep it to 3, absolute maximum. Again, we tend to lose the point, and we just want to make sure that we understand and answer your question there. We don't have time to go back and try to figure out what you're trying to communicate. Along those same lines, please keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat. It just doesn't seem fair if you get 5 and there's so many other people in chat still waiting to have their question answered. So please keep it to one of question. Wow, sorry. My brain glitched for a second there.
You had a me moment there.
Yeah, I did, right? Holy cow. Doug, no swearing. No spoilers, please. Whether it be for the latest episode of Daredevil or a new movie or whatever that just came out.
Don't ruin how Snow White will be ruined.
We want to experience the pain for ourselves. And I think that's it.
I think we good.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek reboot? I watched it recently, and the visual effects really hold up.
I liked the first half, and the second half's all right, but I just really, really like that first chunk. I enjoyed it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the Elio trailer? It looks like a sweet little movie.
Yeah, everything looks good so far. I will say I was a little bit more excited by the teaser before it.
Okay.
Not to say this looked bad by any means, but I was there was a part of me that was like, oh man, we're just gonna keep exploring the ship inside. It looks so cool and everything, but looks like there's a big bad guy who's like a general or something. He's your typical military bad alien bad guy. It's like, okay, and he can still be funny and everything, but you get an idea what it's gonna be. But at the same time, I've been backwards about stuff like that before. I thought people talking The Wild Robot was like, oh no, that's not going to be nearly as good. And it was great. It was a really good movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Heather and Doug. So I found out something dark about the opening to Finding Nemo. Apparently, barracudas don't eat clownfish, but female clownfish do eat their own eggs. Does this mean Coral really ate her babies? It likely wasn't intended, but it's just strange when you find out, and it's more likely to happen in real life.
Boy, how would that? Maybe the wife is still like alive. That'll be the next Finding Wife, whatever the character's name was, and it turns out she'll still be alive, and she like faked her own death. And yeah, no, actually, I smelled our fanscription.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you watched this year's film Companion? If so, thoughts?
I hate to say it. Why is that not ringing a bell? Let me look up what that is. Film Companion.
The C in Companion is capitalized, so I don't know if maybe the film's name is...
Film.
Huh?
Did you say scene or film? Oh.
Film Companion. So,
okay.
Yeah. Have you watched this year's film Companion? If so, thoughts? I don't know. The C is capitalized, so I wasn't sure if it was...
Wait, this... I know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Talking about the movie called Companion. I thought Film and Companion was like, okay.
No, that's what I was trying to express.
Gotcha.
Companion is capitalized, so I think that's the name of the film.
Gotcha. Yes, I liked it. It was another one of those where, like, the previous film that person did, they were good surprise. Like, the first one's very obvious. I think it's even in the trailer. But all the other surprises after that were pretty good and really fun. The only thing I had an issue with is a lot of these movies, they're good, but they're having very similar climaxes, where it's going to be, okay, it's going to be a one-on-one against this character who's going to be irredeemable, which I'm okay with. It's just been done so many times. So I wish there was a little bit more variety of that because everything else was so good. But yeah, I like it. I thought it was really good. Very funny too.
Dave's Dragon, thank you for the $5 super chat. And then Frodo started a new life as a penguin.
Yeah, and got abducted by actual aliens. I want to see that version of Happy Feet. Man, it's like, I like that movie, but I feel like I would have loved it if that was the actual twist at the end. They really did get abducted by aliens. I think that'd be so funny.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. The One Ring is only as powerful as its wearer, and the Eagles are practically demigods. That's why they couldn't fly to Mordor.
Yeah, I've heard weaker excuses, so I'll take it. I'm sure there's some reason in there. I don't know. It's just a fun way. It's one that people always like to point out, and I think it's fun to point out too.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. What's a celebrity that you were surprised to find out was born the same year as you? For me, I was surprised when I discovered that Jack Dylan Grazer from Shazam, Luca and Ron Gone Wrong, was born the same year as I was.
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know for me, but like for my husband, when he found out that Brie Larson was born the same year as he is, he was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? I'm the same age as Brie Larson?
Natalie Portman, I guess that's cool. Emily DeRaven, yeah, I'm not super familiar with that. Okay, this is weird. I'm the same age as Chris Evans. That's really bizarre.
Whoa, okay.
That's really, really weird to think. Yeah. Huh, actually, it's kind of fun. It's fun looking at it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But really? Chris Evans? Wow. Why is that blowing my mind? Okay, anyway, back to our questions.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, all. Doug, since in honor of Lord of the Ring month, sleep with, marry, kill, Arwen, Galadriel, Eowyn.
Hold on. Sleep, marry, kill. Hold on. Man, that's rough. No Rosie Catton? See, that's the side I'm getting older, because I mean, just these beautiful women, in this movie, again, I was Arwen, oh yeah, great and everything, and then just now that I'm 40, I'm like, Rosie Catton's kind of cute. Boy, I don't know. Sleep with Galadriel, because there's gotta be something weird. So, what kind of weird elf stuff be into? I guess was it Mary Eowyn, because things go south, she can protect me, and kill Arwen just to see what happens if she just dissolves into butterflies or whatever, because everything's always so pretty, whatever she does.
Low expectations, thank you for the $20 super chat. I remember you said when you wrote scripts in school, a movie would come out with the same idea. I rediscovered a script I wrote in high school while spring cleaning, and it is eerily similar to both Joker movies. Weird, huh?
Mm. Yeah, no, and it wasn't in school. Well, maybe one or two in school, but it's more recently when I write a movie, it would eventually get made. By someone else who doesn't know me or anything. It's just a coincidence. Have the same mindset. Which again, I always see as a good problem. Like to me, I want it to exist. That's always it. Doesn't mean I have to make it or whatever. And they're usually made very well, and they're made by people who are in Hollywood, in a place where they can get like a big budget behind it and everything. So no, it's I always say it's a problem, but it's a good problem. It's a good problem to have.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, did you notice the similarities between the Fantastic Four and Smurfs films? Both people with each film were, blue people with each film worse than the last.
And blue and white. They both have white on them too. So yeah, interesting. I hope Fantastic Four is better than Smurfs. Now, granted, I haven't seen Smurfs, but it's gonna be bad. There's no way I can see that being good.
John, thank you for the $50 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you. If I'm going to go through with watching all the films you have reviewed, do I torture myself by watching the abomination that is the Garbage Pail Kids movie? Oh, wait, I've already ordered it from Amazon. I can't go back in time to stop myself.
I mean, everyone should see the worst movie ever made at some point. Okay, like structurally, yeah, you could point to something like Manos or something like that as worst made, whatever. But just in terms of like a movie that's released on a big screen to the public, like had some money behind it and everything, I don't know. That's still the one for me. It is intriguing. I can't deny it is a very intriguing bad movie, but man, is it rough to get through. It's so awful.
Dave, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, did you watch the show McGee and Me as a kid?
Yeah, is that the one I'm thinking of? Hold on, let me see. McGee and Me. All right, so I kind of know what this is. It's gonna sound weird. I can't remember if I did. I think I always saw it in the video store, and maybe I saw like I don't know, someone younger than me watching it. Because I think I'm Mandela affecting it for something else. But yeah, I think I remember always seeing it at the video store, but I never did actually like sit down and watch them. I think I was just a little too old for it at the time, but I am aware of what it is.
Disney, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug and Heather, can't wait for the Hobbit review next week. By the way, is it going to be all 3 Hobbit films in one video, or is Lord of the Rings month extending into April?
No, it's all 3 movies. I couldn't give them all their own video. That would just be too much. Maybe I could for the first one, because I do like the first one, but yeah, the others I could do it.
89 Sigma, thank you for the $5 super chat. Good evening, Mr. Walker. I wanted to ask you, of all the live action Disney movies released, which do you honestly like the most?
So I think even when these came out, I might have given them a positive review. I kind of stepped back a little bit on it. I don't know, maybe I go back and forth, but Pete's Dragon. Well, actually, does Pete's Dragon count? Because that was already live action. So I don't know if that one counts even. But Cruella I was pretty close to liking. If they stopped at the point where she just says, "She killed my dogs," and you say it stops there, then I'd be like, this is a good movie. This works. But they keep going, and they make it bad. But and even before that wasn't perfect. But yeah, that's like the closest I've come. I think there's a lot of fun creativity in that. Just why couldn't they just let her be evil?
Low expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. I got to see the re-release of Purple Rain and had 2 big takeaways. 1, Prince was not an actor. And 2, I forgot how gorgeously shot it is.
That's one of those where I always make jokes about it, but I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces. I should sit down and watch the whole thing, because I do like Prince. I like his music and everything. So yeah, I should probably sit down and watch the whole thing.
Trip Corey, thank you for the $5 super chat. I feel you're blaming too much on your age. First, no more old versus new, then no more reenacting videos, and then no more Casper? You're only 43, not 75, Doug.
Well, I mean, once you write, direct, star in, edit, and plan out the shoots, then you can get back to me. Because I know what you're saying. Like, you can look to, I was saying before, you look at like Martin Scorsese. Well, he's still working. It's like, yes, but he's directing. He's just directing. He has a lot of time to work on these movies. He's got, a professional, like big team behind him. Where a lot of it is me, and I like it being me. I like having that control. Like that's the trade off, and I'm very okay with that. But yeah, I get the feeling if you ask Scorsese, does he have the same energy as he did when he was younger, doing as much with movies as when he was younger? I think he would probably say he slowed down a bit too.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, would you please review Aliens in the Attic? It's a funny summer kids flick that's entertaining for what it is.
Somebody recommended it before, so I put it down. It did look weird. It looked very, very weird, admittedly. So I'll check it out at some point.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. So in The Lion King, we never see what happened to Mufasa's corpse, but we know Scar stayed by it. Apparently, some lions do sometimes eat other lions. In a later scene, he is holding a lion's skull while singing with Zazu. Did Scar eat Mufasa and use his bones as his own playthings? I love how messed up that is.
I don't think that was intentional, but just for my own messed up mind, yeah, I'm totally gonna think that's what's going on. Nobody can say that name, but I can totally play with him as a puppet.
Edge, thank you for the 59 NOK through Super Chat. He's called Witch King, but he's a man, so that means he's a warlock. What's next? Cow King? Rooster Queen? Bee King? Magical Girl Man?
Like Rooster. What was it again? Rooster Queen? What was it?
Yes,
I missed
Rooster
it.
Queen.
Rooster Queen. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, Tolkien sucks.
Dave's Dragon, thank you for the $5 super chat. I used to watch Lord of the Rings every day after school.
Cool. Whew, brother. I'm trying to think there's stuff I watched a lot over and over. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything I watched like after school every day. But I guess it depends how long you were watching it too. And that could be for like a week for all I know.
Yeah. Dave, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are some of your favorite rock bands? Either of you can answer.
I'm not gonna say these are, well, some of them are legit legends and stuff like that, but I like just ones I grew up with. I grew up with Metallica. I grew up with Smashing Pumpkins. I grew up with Rob Zombie. A lot of other ones. So the funny thing with music, I'm discovering this more and more, is that there's a lot of stuff that, yes, I'm into, but I wasn't. I think I see music and bands and all that the same way other people see movies. Like they really obsess. They know the singers, they know the albums, they know the names, they know the story behind them. And that's me with movies, where I think most people are like, oh yeah, movies are entertaining. Man, they can be really good and really deep. That's kind of what I am with bands. So there's definitely songs I listen to over and over and over and still have on CD and everything. But it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I know what like Def Leppard is, and Black Sabbath and all that. But if you were to say, well, which songs did, either one sing, I probably couldn't tell you. I just know I like the sound of them. So the ones I grew up with, like I said, yeah, those were kind of the three biggies I had like posters of in my room and everything. Rammstein, I really like. They were pretty cool.
Matt Norton, thank you for the $5 super chat, and I would take this one with a grain of salt. There's a really funny obscure cartoon I think you'd like called Wish Fart. It's about a leprechaun, a ghost, and a talking puffin living as roommates.
Sounds beautiful. I'm in. You know what? Wish Fart, is that what it's called?
I have a feeling it's not something you should look up, but I didn't want to look it up myself, so...
No, it is really a thing.
Okay, it's a real thing. Look at that.
It looks like an Adult Swim show. Maybe, but it could just be a kid's show. I'm not sure. I believe either. But it is totally a thing. I'm gonna have to look that up. How can I not look that up?
The Mass Nerd, thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, Doug, I have a proposal. Quarantine month. REC 1 through 4 and quarantine 1 through 2. Also, I just found a house with a Belganese architecture. It looks good. I'm so sorry. I don't
Well,
know how to
congrats
pronounce
on
that
that.
word.
And the others, I don't know if enough people would click on. Like, I definitely like to talk about stuff I'm passionate about. I'm not passionate about those, and also I don't know if anyone would click on them, so probably not. But maybe someday I'll try to just check them out on my own because I haven't seen any of them.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you think Jim Carrey was funnier in Sonic 2 or Sonic 3?
Two, I think I like him getting revenge into like that's the first time he's like, I like him being teamed up with someone stronger than him. I still just remember as soon as he enters the house and Sonic's about to punch him, he just has the great, slow mo where he's introducing Knuckles coming in to punch him. I mean, that's just a great moment.
Today. Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you hear that Shyamalan disowned both the Last Airbender and After Earth? You know they're bad when even Shyamalan thinks they're crap.
Last Airbender, so After Earth can be kind of fun for how bad it is. Sometimes Last Airbender can, but the worst Shyamalan, in my opinion, is when it's boring and it has the least of his stamp on it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying when it has a stamp on it's good. Sometimes it is, but it's very entertaining. And I agree, those movies are not very entertaining, except sometimes After Earth can be pretty funny.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, good news. The Snow White reviews are bad.
Well, I would hope they'd be good. I'll say this. Yes, it could be so bad it's funny. I mean, that could totally be a thing. Man, how crazy would it be if somehow they could pull out a good movie out of that? Like, out of all the clips we see, just somehow they make it work. Like, I'd just be like, whoa, like somehow they did it. They managed to pull it off. But yeah, I like to see good movies like anyone. I take it back. I like to see entertaining movies. That's what I'm hoping. I'm sure it's going to be bad. I hope it's entertainingly bad. I get the feeling it's going to be, but we'll see.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you ever do another crossover with the Black Nerd, or have you not interacted with him lately?
I haven't talked to him in a bit. Every once in a while, I'll like see him on YouTube. I'll just like wish him happy birthday or something like that. But yeah, we haven't talked in a while. He's a super sweet guy. I've always had fun working with him. Yeah, so yeah, I'm always down.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think YouTube is biasing you guys with its censorship. I mean, if they demonetized Tarzan for showing a death in a G-rated film, find a lawyer.
Well, yeah, that won't cost us anything at all. It'll be super cheap. No, it's one of those things where some YouTubers get hit a lot heavier with censorship and others don't. And we don't know what it is. So we just know we get hit a lot with it. So we, have to scale back. But it sucks. But at the same time, I think there is something to limitation enhances creativity, adapting to a different setup here. I mean, to me, I just hear that. I hear that's the studio coming down saying you can't say this word. And so you find workarounds, you find clever ways to work with it. So it sucks. We shouldn't have to do it. But at the same time, yes, there is something kind of fun about finding a creative way to work around it. But yes, obviously, I prefer to be able to do and say whatever we want.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the $5 super chat. Lord of the Rings pronunciation guide for Heather. Frida Eothane Geralf. Did I still said it wrong?
That just makes it funny.
I'm just gonna pronounce things wrong just because, like, genuinely, I get in my head about it. And I know I've seen these movies multiple times, and I just see the word spelled out, and I panic. So there we go. Edge, thank you for the 59 NOK through Super Chat. I found a cartoon called Space Goofs and have the same art style as Oogie and the Cockroaches and Zig and Sharko. And also, Iggy Pop wrote the theme song.
Space Goofs? Look at that. Neat. Oh boy, it looks very much like a cheap, would that be 90s, late 90s maybe? Definitely has that style. That was kind of fun.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the movie Monster 2003 starring Charlize Theron? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, oh it's very very good. You know, I think she got nominated. I think she might have even won the Oscar for that. And the one thing I do feel bad is everybody sees that movie, says she's great, and they're right. She's very very good. Christina Ricci is equally good in that movie. I thought she was just there's so many scenes where she kind of gave me chills as well. And it's one of those things where I feel like everyone really looks at, Theron is like, just great, and she is great, but I do feel like Richie gets overlooked because of that. But with that said, yeah, it's a very, very well done movie. The documentaries about that person are very fascinating too.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, have you watched any more of The Chosen yet? Season 5 hits theaters next week. Perfect time to catch up.
Yeah, actually, we pretty quickly we marathoned season 3, and we liked it. It's still great, still very very well done. The funny thing is, we marathoned it, got through it, and now my wife got into the Righteous Gemstones, which is about the polar opposite that you can get from that show. So it is kind of funny going from that to that show. So we're taking a break. We're watching a little bit of that, and then we'll finish up season 4, and then watch season 5. But yeah, still really really good.
Elite, thank you for that 31-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hello, Heather, Queen of Gundam and Twitch, and hello, Douglas, Jester to King Chaplin. I hope you're all doing well. So, Mr. Doug, if that's your real name, I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Minecraft movie? Thanks for all you and Channel Awesome amazing work. Y'all rule.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. I have no real thoughts. I have never played Minecraft. If you show me an image of it, I know what it is, but I don't even know what the loose story of it is. So it doesn't look good, but I don't have the hate a lot of people have because I just don't know the material. I just know it's not making me laugh that much, and I'm not getting too sucked into the world. It doesn't look like a fun world for me to look around in terms of watching a movie. So we'll see. I do have an early screening of it, so expect an earlier review than usual with that.
Kevin, thank you for the $5 super chat. You said frame drops would never be a thing, but what exactly are frame drops? Also, the elephants are called Moomakill.
Oh, I always heard Olifants. I mean, I'm sure they're both. I'm sure they're both called that. No, because I saw that pop up a few times in the comments, and I was just like, maybe it's a different. Maybe I should have said frame rate because it's changing the speed of of the camera and the what's coming in and everything. And I know, so frame drops, I guess, would be more, could people say, well, what, Puss in Boots doesn't count, Spider-Verse doesn't count? It's like, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about where it's like slow-mo, but it's blurry. Where slow-mo, you see something go like this, but like in this style, you see the blur, but it's still going slow. And I thought that was a frame rate thing. I could be wrong. I thought that was it. But again, just changing the speed. But yeah, that's what I'm meaning when I talk about that. I probably could have worded it better.
Superdroid, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your top 3 Denzel Washington movies?
Man, top 3. Malcolm X would have to be up there. Probably Remember the Titans. I just saw that last year and I really loved it. So the movie's good, but for performance, I really liked him in Glory. I thought it was a really good performance. I also think American Gangster doesn't get enough love. That's a really good movie.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. NC for the movie Twins. If not, thoughts?
Oh, it's fun. It's a hint too complicated. I mean, you can follow it, but I'm like, I feel like the charm of the story is just these two being twins. That's what's fun. But no, you gotta go with the lab. You gotta see the evil scientist. He was, who cares, about all that? I mean, the fun part is the social interaction between them. And when they're doing that, it's very, very funny. Schwarzenegger, I think it's the first time he did a comedy. I think at least starred in a comedy, and he's still really, really good. Not just, that's funny for Arnold. It's funny hearing Arnold say, like, no, he's legit really, really funny in that movie.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which version of FMA do you prefer? In my opinion, Brotherhood may be more accurate, but I think the 2003 version is way better than that and manga.
That's always what I hear. So I know the difference between the two. I haven't seen Brotherhood, but I know what happens in it. And from hearing the two stories, even though it's cool to see what the original version was and everything, I do like the original. I think the surprise for what's behind the door was just more clever. I thought that was really, really cool. And it legit got me. I'm like, whoa, I really didn't see that coming. And it was very satisfying when they followed all the way through with that. So, yeah, I do like that one. Well, I say I like that one better, but again, I guess I haven't seen Brotherhood, so I shouldn't say. But from what I hear comparing the two, it sounds like something that'd be more up my alley.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Heather and Doug, hope your week's going well. Critic, any plans to review Idiocracy for its 20th anniversary?
Maybe it is an interesting movie to talk about. Because the movie's fun and it didn't get good reviews when I came out. I always thought that was weird because every time I saw a clip of it, it looked hilarious and it looked really clever. And then when I sat down and watched the whole thing, I'm like, I see what they're talking about. This is really funny. This is really clever. It doesn't flow that well as a narrative. Like I don't really get into the people, and you're supposed to. So that might be interesting to talk about. I might write that down actually.
JL, thank you so much for the 10,000 bits. Really appreciate
Whoa!
that.
Thank you so
you.
much.
10,000 bits, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Well, thank you.
Back at you. So kind of you. Thank you so much again.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Okay, Heather, your turn. Sleep with Mary, Kill, Lord of the Rings edition. Aragorn, Legolas, and Éomer. Okay. I'm gonna sleep with Aragorn. Because I think he's definitely the cutest of those three. I'm gonna marry Legolas because I've always been a Legolas girly. So I guess that leaves poor Éomer, right? To be killed.
You know, it's funny. I always heard Éomer, but I want to say you pronounced it correct because I've heard that version said by like more diehard Tolkien fans. So you might be right. That might be the proper way to say it.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, you don't have the Pokeballs to go up against Whitney's milk tank in her gym. I'd like to see you prove me wrong.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Great. Maggie Alexis, thank you for the $5 super chat. Top 11 tier video in general idea. Top favorite Looney Tunes cartoons.
I had that down to do at some point. It's one of those I kind of know you probably won't get it. You know, maybe I can do it as a Doug Rambles video the more I think about it. Because I was saying, like, as an NC, I don't think that's going to get anything. But maybe just as a Doug Rambles one. I might do that.
Knight Artorius, thank you for that 17-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Ultimate Frozen Fan, thank you for the $10 super chat. There's a lot of abbreviations in this, so I'm going to try my best. DYK, Petunia Pig in, and I cannot figure out what this is supposed to be. TDTEBU :
The day the Earth blew up.
Thank you. Okay.
I just saw that movie, and so I'm like, okay, that's why I know that.
Okay. Petunia Pig in that movie is Candy Milo, voice of Dexter in Dexter's Laboratory seasons 3 and 4, Nick in Jimmy Neutron, Nora Wakeman in Teenage Robot, and Madame Foster in Foster's Home, to name a few.
Yeah, I also saw she was Granny in Looney Tunes, so she already has experience in Looney Tunes. So yeah, again, I'm glad they gave her a funny Looney voice. It wasn't let's get Zendaya or something like that. I'm glad just about everybody was a voice actor in that. They didn't go the celebrity route.
Kevin, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you heard about Assassin's Creed Shadow? I recommend you play it, but not before finishing Batman Arkham Knight and playing Detective Pikachu.
No, I'm gonna play it right now. Get all that out of the way. No, I've never played any of those games. I forget if we have those on the list. I'm sure I have it written down. We have so many games on the list that I just have not played. So I'd be shocked if that wasn't on there.
Jay Monty, thank you for the 500 bits. For a future Disney-December, have you considered looking over some ABC series? Stuff like Lost or Once Upon a Time, since ABC is technically owned by Disney.
Yeah, that's one of the options. Did I have that as an option? I can't remember if I did. I'll write it down just in case I didn't.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Favorite Peter Dinklage movie role?
I'd have to look at all the movies he's been in. see. Peter Dinklage. Okay, I obviously I know him from Game of Thrones, but like in terms of I know him from a few other shows, but in terms of movies, I don't think I've seen him in a
I was
ton.
frozen today.
Ba, 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 ba. Actually, I did kind of like him in even though you could argue he's just doing another version of Tyrion in the second Narnia movie. I thought he was really really cool. um I guess I'll go with that because yeah, I just haven't seen him in. I mean, he always does a great job. Even that awful Underdog movie, he was pretty fun. So, yeah, I guess I'll say that for now.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Fans are speculating who should voice Amy Rose in Sonic 4. Kimiko Glenn and Anna Kendrick are among the top choices. What do you think?
Um, I know nothing about the character. I'm not the one to ask. I'm sorry. Again, I know it's a Sonic character. When she showed up, I'm like, okay, I've seen her, like in Sonic games and stuff, but I don't know anything about the character.
Trip, thank you for the $10 super chat. Regardless of your thoughts on Doug, you got to admit it's pretty neat a Nickelodeon show moved to Disney Channel. Also, do Buster and Chaplin get along with Pork Chop?
I don't know. I think they'd be confused by his ukulele. Yeah, I don't know. It just even if my name wasn't Doug. I mean, I wouldn't hate this show. It's obviously a very harmless show, but yeah, it's just not my type of thing. It's just not my cup of tea, as they say. But I can see why I caught on with other people. It's very gentle. It's again very harmless.
Amanda, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Companion yet? And if so, will you be doing a vlog sharing your thoughts and if you think audiences should go in blind or not for this?
I mean, like any of that director's movies, it's best to go in blind, not knowing anything. I mean, don't even watch the trailers. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It had good surprises and everything. I don't know if I'll do a video because it's been too long. I saw it when it came out, but it's a good time. I definitely recommend it.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. I started watching Better Call Saul, and I am already way more invested in this series than I was for most of Breaking Bad. Has Doug ever done a cosplay of Walter White? Give him the glasses and clothes, and he would really nail it.
Several times. I've gone to Halloween parties. Is that I think in one of the videos I did that I can't remember. It was a quick sketch where I play Walter White. And I can't remember. And the funny thing is, I don't think I had the shaved head yet, so that's pretty funny. But yeah, no, I've definitely done that lots of times, and I like Better Call Saul more too. Breaking Bad's a very good show, don't get me wrong, but I do like Better Call Saul more.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Sonic, which villain henchman do you like more? Snively from Sad AM or Stone from the films?
That's rough because as a character, I like Snively, but the voice does get on my nerves a little bit. So maybe I would go with Stone. And Stone actually does have kind of a good arc in the movies. It's like there's an arc going on without you even being aware of it, which I thought was pretty clever. So yeah, I'd probably go with him.
Isaac, thank you for the $5 super chat. Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming out tomorrow, but will you play any Xenoblade games at all in the future?
I don't even know what that is. Wait, is that the one? That's not the one where it's a game where like you pull the little string and it like it's not the top.
No,
game,
that's Beyblade,
okay.
Doug. That's
Beyblade.
Beyblade.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, it shows you what I know. So no, that's probably at the very least I don't know what it is. I'll do more research before I do something with it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you. That just really caught me
No.
off guard.
Please laugh. Please laugh. It is very deserving of laughter. I know this.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. You weren't a fan of Space Jam, but can you agree the soundtrack is amazing? Some say it makes up for the movie.
Oh, soundtrack's great. There's lots of terrible movies that have amazing soundtracks. The Schumacher Batman movies have really good soundtracks. Another, I mean, these were songs that already existed, but Cruella has a fantastic soundtrack. So yeah, no, that was definitely even when that every time it was back when we would watch music videos and stuff. Anytime he would play on MTV or wherever, I'd just always be like, "Damn it, why'd it have to be for this movie?" Because I love this song.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, please review Donkey Ollie. It's a terrible religious cartoon.
Man, never even heard of it. I'll try to check it out.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Even though you aren't as crazy about both movies as everyone else, which MCU movie from 2014 do you like more? Captain America, The Winter Soldier, or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, Winter Soldier. Definitely.
Same.
Yeah, see, I really got into Guardians too. That's when I suddenly like, ooh, I think I really, really like these movies. Where Winter Soldier, I think, was the first one where I finally was like, okay, I can see this guy's a leader now. Like now I get it. Now I buy it. Which is one of the reasons with the new Captain America that came out. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that great, but I'm definitely not going to be like, I'm out. I'm not going to buy it. Like, no, because Evans took a while for me too. I honestly later than it should have, because I mean, I should have thought he was a leader by the time we got to Avengers, but yeah, he obviously got there.
Lamp, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which NC with a message, Nutcracker 3D, Christmas Tree, Cat in the Hat, and so on, are you proudest of, and why?
I like the I mean, my favorite one in general is the Nutcracker one. That just about everyone I asked to be in it was in it, which was really cool. We had Rachel in for that episode. It's funny. The movie is shockingly bad. I think it has a nice message. And it was nice when I could finally reveal that whole year I didn't say the F word, and nobody noticed, because that was one of the criticisms I got. Oh, the only reason people listen to him is because he's doing film reviews. He's just swearing, he's saying the F word over and over. That, I mean, now nobody cares. Like nobody says that. Like you're weird if you don't say the F word when doing a review. But back then that was a big criticism. So it's nice showing. Not only can I do this, but nobody would even notice because they're paying attention to everything else. So yeah, and that one probably has like the most emotional ending too. So yeah, I really like that one.
Gamer Wolf, thank you for the $5 super chat. Why haven't we had any more Tamara's never seen in ages? Tamara's stock answer to that is always, I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
That's good. Well, if you haven't seen Tamara, she actually does appear in today's video too. So
she does. Yeah, and we were playing a game together on Monday on Twitch, twitch.tv/channel awesome. I say that like we're not literally on Twitch live right now. But yeah, Tamara and I were also playing a game together on Monday, and I think we'll play it again next Monday. So if you want to,
but has she seen it?
Yeah, she has.
She never seen it? Still phony.
She just honestly, the long story short was she just got burnt out on it, and
yeah,
you know, we aren't going to force people to do videos they don't have a passion for anymore. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Favorite Mortal Kombat characters?
Kano's pretty cool. Raiden's pretty cool. And just I think as a duo, just Sub-Zero and Scorpion are really, really awesome. Like on their own, they're like, yeah, you know, whatever, like they're neat, whatever. But when you put them together and that rivalry and everything, that's always really, really awesome.
Axel Rose, thank you for the 100 NOK through Super Chat. What's your favorite anime and why is it Bleach?
I've never seen Bleach. So I guess I should check it out. Well, I mean, I assume they're talking about a show. When I hear anime, I usually think show. Yeah. Probably, man, is it still? I used to say it's a toss-up between Cowboy Bebop and Wolf's Rain. It might just be Cowboy Bebop the more I think about it. I really do love Wolf's Rain. Like, it's close, but it's like, and it's the same people that did them both, but yeah, I think it is Cowboy Bebop.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think of the trailer for Freakier Friday?
Cute. It wasn't making me laugh that much, but I like seeing them together. Again, I like the idea of bringing two other people in there. But I didn't follow who's in whose body, you know what I mean? But maybe when you see the movie, it'll be more clear. But yeah, cute.
Ray, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, how do you feel about Daffy Duck being a trans mask icon now?
A trans mask? I don't know the mask part.
Masculine.
Oh, are they talking about? No, because there was in the new Looney Tunes show, they do have a thing where they reveal what the white collar is. It turns out it's a necklace his mother gave him. It shows him as a little duckling. Just, oh, mommy, you look so beautiful in your pearls. Oh, well, you can have it too, Dad. Oh, mommy, I'm so happy. I mean, I think it's hilarious. I really like that show. I thought that show was very funny. And I feel like more and more people are discovering it and they're finding out how funny it was. They got a lot of needless hate when it came out.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, have you seen Teen Titans? Oh, yeah, the animated show? Oh, yeah. I loved Teen Titans. I've actually dressed up as Raven a couple of times when I got purple hair because...
I was going to say, you already have the hair, yeah.
Kevin, thank you for the $5 super chat. There's a reason for Frodo failed and Smeagol accidentally fell in. It's Tolkien's message to us. Good doesn't destroy evil. Evil destroys evil.
See, you can read that, definitely. I always saw Bilbo being sympathetic and not killing him off when he had the chance. That sympathy was going to lead to what ultimately saves everything, that little act of kindness. But or it could be both, honestly. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about great stories is you can read several things into them.
God of Chaos, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hey, Doug
Thank
and
you.
Heather, question for you both. Name a Disney villain couple that you'd like the idea of. I've always liked Hades and Maleficent.
Man.
I think Gaston and Cruella could be like a power couple like no one's seen before.
I'm trying to think. So it's like I got my one. I got the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
Who would she be teamed up with? Uh, eh, Maybe the Shadow Man. No, but I feel like one that'd be more comedic. Would be funnier. I don't know. Let look up some
Part of
other.
me was like Kronk. But he's not necessarily he is a bad guy sidekick.
Um.
Ooh, At
Yeah.
Movies has Frollo and Gothel. That's a good one.
Oh, that I can see. Oh, maybe the Queen of Hearts and Jafar. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Or even the Queen of Hearts and Captain Hook. Yeah. I don't know. The Queen of Hearts is so funny. I feel like you could just team her up with anyone and it'd be pretty great.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Have either of you seen Mr. Pickles? I hear it's a real love or hate it show, and after seeing the first episode, I can understand both sides.
I loved it. We marathoned that fast. We just saw the first episode and and we just couldn't believe what we saw. We thought that was it. Like, there's no way you could do a second episode. And then there's a whole season. We're like, what? We absolutely loved it. I can see why people would not, though.
Matt, thank you for the $10 super chat. I know you briefly talked about the 90s Johnny Quest show when doing top 11 theme songs. Thoughts on doing an NC on all of the shows from the OG 60s, the best, to the 80s and 90s?
I don't know if I've grown up with enough. I mean, there's definitely some, like Scooby-Doo, a lot of the Hanna-Barbera. Well, I guess that was kind of all there was for a while, wasn't there? Because they were the first primetime show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's my alley. You probably want to go to someone that does more 60s related content, particularly with animation.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. People hold up Lord of the Rings and Jurassic Park for CGI effects that are ahead of their time, but I think Starship Troopers deserves just as much praise.
Boy, I don't see that. Like the effects are good. Don't get me wrong. The bugs still look just very, very CG of that time. Like they don't look bad. They just look very of that time. But then stuff like the spaceships, I thought looked really, really good. And even that big bug at the end they bring out, I thought it looked pretty decent. So I don't know. When I watch it again, that wasn't something where I was like, this really holds up, in terms of the technology. But it was fine.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chats. Have you listened to The Pretty Reckless? The lead singer is Taylor Momsen, who played Cindy Lou in the 2000s Grinch.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Reckless.
Yeah.
Now it's spelled with an R or a W? It is with an R. No, I haven't seen this. I'll try to check them out.
The Wessonator, thank you for the $5 super chat. Think you'll ever cover the original X-Men the Animated Series for Disney-cember? After all, it's now the only X-Men cartoon you've yet to cover there.
I feel like I've talked about it so much everywhere else, particularly in the NC. I don't know what the point would be. I mean, we learned the video talking to the people who made it. I just don't know what else I can do after that. Yeah, unless I found some sort of new angle to bring to it or some sort of new point of view, I don't know what I would say that'd be new.
Super Droid, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you plan on watching Mickey 17? And if so, will you be doing a Doug reviews on it?
I'll probably stream it when it comes out. I've heard it's good. The villains in it, I hate to say it, but Mark Ruffalo's starting to really get on my nerves because I ever since that one guy, that Cosmonaut Up Variety Hour guy, just said, yeah, he just does a stupid voice. It's like that's just all I can see now. Whenever he does something where he's gonna be really silly and over the top, I just cannot see a performance. I just see him doing a stupid voice, and this looks like another movie where that happens. I guess a lot of people were saying that. So, but with that said, I heard the rest is pretty fun. So I'll probably stream it.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Possible review or Disney December of Bringing Down the House with Steve Martin and Queen Latifah.
I never did see it. I don't know if it get many clicks, but sometimes I do that for Disney December just because I want to see it. I might.
Rich B, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just spent real money just to hear Heather say, "Am I right, boys?" Also, was wondering if you can see each other. I can see Doug, he can't see me.
I can't. I cannot. Yeah, even with LASIK, it's weird.
I'm like John Cena like that. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In The Day the Earth Blew Up, as which character do you think Eric Bauza gave a better performance, Porky or Daffy?
They're both great, but I mean, like, Daffy's just one of my favorite characters. Whether it's the goofy one or the cynical one, I love them both. So yeah, I'm always gonna say Daffy.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, thought of a great idea for the next top 11. Top 11 Mel Brooks films. If not, what's your favorite Mel Brooks film? Mine is Blazing Saddles.
Probably Young Frankenstein. In terms of top 11, yeah, that's another one I don't know many people would click on. There is a I do want to review Spaceballs this year. There's somebody I want to do like a semi crossover with, and we've been in talks about it. So yeah, that'll probably be this year.
Allie, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any thoughts on reviewing 1996's Romeo and Juliet, or Plus Juliet? Also, thanks for the well wishes from last night's live regarding my recent gallbladder surgery. Of course.
Oh yeah, I hope. Yeah, hope it's going well. And did I talk? I guess I didn't. It's another one of those I feel like I can sum up pretty quick. Like visually, it's good. There's some ideas in there. I don't think the actors know what they're saying half the time, and that is a problem. But the style does help make up for a lot of it. But they also cut way too much. Where I feel like that really gets in the way of the chemistry and stuff. But I don't know. When people say they really get into it, like I get it. I mean, especially to introduce younger people to that story. I don't think that's a bad one to do to introduce them.
At Movies, thank you for the 500 bits. NC compilation for the Babe movies. The first one turns 30 this year.
Man, that's crazy. One compilation, I mean, it'd be two. There's only two movies. The funny thing is, I like the first one. It's a good film. I love the second one. The second one's really underrated. That's one of those where one day I'll probably review it and just be like, I know this is going to get no views, but I don't care. I just want to talk about this movie.
Lamp Crow, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which celebrity for you had the most promising career cut short? For me, it's close between Phil Hartman, John Candy, and Chris Farley.
Yeah, those are good. Michael Clark Duncan. The ones that always pop in my head are Michael Clark Duncan and Brittany Murphy. Those are always the two. I just remember when I heard that, I was just like, what? Because it was just, they were already doing so great. And it was just so exciting to see where else they were going to go. And the more I looked up Brittany Murphy's story, just the more sad, tragic that is. So, yeah, no, those are always the two that kind of pop up for me when I think of like, oh, what more we could have gotten from them.
Oh, bro, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, I just got to act in a commercial. I can't say much, but the concept is morbidly hilarious. Maybe it'll end up in a commercial special?
Maybe. Cool. Congrats, man. That's really cool.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Top 3 Sam Rockwell film performances. His Oscar-winning role in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, to me, is his all-timer.
Man, did I... Do you watch White Lotus?
No.
Man, did he have a cameo in the last one? I don't want to give it away for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I didn't recognize it was him. Because I was just like, well, why would they just have him in this for such a small part? And he just gives this monologue where I'm just listening to this like what on earth is going on? So I'd almost say that, even though it's a show. Jojo Rabbit, he was really good. I'm looking through other stuff. Oh, was he in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind? I remember him being pretty good in that. and I don't know, G-Force. I can't think of it. Oh no, he wasn't Frost Nixon. Yeah, that's right. I'll say Frost Nixon.
Tyler, thank you for the $5 super chat. This is part 1 of 2. I started watching Sopranos again. Who's your favorite character and hated character?
Um, I mean, hated. Again, that's the idea. Is Joe Pantoliano's character? I know we're supposed to really, really hate him. Favorite? Either Tony or the therapist. Any episode. I mean, that's not. They're in every episode, so it's hard to be like, if there's an episode focused on them, I'm excited. Well, yeah, almost all of them are, but yeah, both of them I think are very interesting characters.
Luigi, thank you for the $5 super chat. Longtime watcher, first time donator. Doug, you're super funny. I also appreciate the charity shoutouts.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so kind of you to say.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Mrs. Doubtfire is no free on YouTube, so it's on Disney Max and YouTube for free.
Well, there you go. If you want to see it, go see it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which narrator do you think is worse? Sam Shepard sounding half awake in Charlotte's Web, or Sigourney Weaver over-explaining everything in Despero?
Probably Despero because it didn't have a good story to go with it. So just hearing the annoying narration, trying to explain, here's how this makes sense. No, it still doesn't make sense. Where Sam Shepard at least had a little bit of that, sort of rustic farmer sound. So yeah, I'd probably go with that.
Noah, thank you for the $5 super chat. No message, just the super chat.
Thank
Tyler,
you.
thank you for the $5 super chat. Will there be a review of Surviving Christmas this Nostalgia Christmas 2025?
I have it on the list. We'll have to see if something else, because sometimes when I have something on the list, it's at the end of the year, something else may pop up that'd be like, oh, I want to talk about this instead. But yeah, it is on there. I think that's like, a lot of people point out like the holy trinity of bad suburban Christmas movies, like Christmas with the Cranks, Deck the Halls, and then Surviving Christmas. So I think, even though Christmas Cranks did okay, but I mean, they usually don't do that great, but I'm like, might as well finish them off.
Jacob, thank you for the $10 super chat. Fanscription ideas. What if Richard Donner directed Superman 3 and 4? And what if James Cameron directed Terminator 3? P.S. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. YouTube, can't say it. But maybe I'll run that by Walter. He's the one that does those.
Jortendo, thank you for the $5 super chat. Snow White is finally upon us. Are you excited?
A bit. I didn't think I would be, but just the more and more I said, particularly the dwarves, just the more and more I see them, I'm like, there's just no way this can be good. There's no way. Where something like How to Train Your Dragon, which is just a shot for shot, probably going to be boring and everything. Snow White, I mean, it just looks like it's going to be so hilariously bad. So yeah, I actually am. It's probably the first of these I'm a little excited to see.
James, thank you for the $20 super chat. I read
Thank
an
you.
interesting comment about North. The whole thing is from a child's perspective, so how they would view the world. So it makes sense of all the stereotypes, but doesn't excuse it. I'm still never going to watch it.
I've heard that argument, but because it's a very talented people made them, down to the writers, the director and everything. Yeah, I think they just, maybe they thought, well, through the innocence of the eyes of a child, we can do sort of this shocking humor, like risque humor, edgy humor. And but it was just so poorly conceived that it just didn't work. I mean, to an amazing degree. So I've heard that before. I believe it, but I'm with you. It doesn't. I don't even need an excuse. I just need entertainment. I just need intelligent, smart, funny, anything, or even dumb funny, but just wasn't funny. It was just dumb.
Patrick, thank you for the $5 super chat. Why don't you want to review 2017 Power Rangers?
I have it on the list. I'll get to it, but I'm not a Power Rangers guy. Like, the only reason I would do it is because I did do like the other movies. So I'm in no rush to do it, but I also like didn't hate it. I actually thought the actors were doing a pretty good job for the most part, but it's not good. It's clearly not good.
Deshaun, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, would you review Mirror Mirror and Snow White and the Huntsman? Both came out in 2012, funny enough.
Yeah, that was another one of those. That was like that year's Pinocchio movies when we had like 3 or 4 Pinocchio movies
Yeah.
in a year. Um, I know I saw like one of them was on TV. I can't remember which one it was, but I was kind of getting into it. I think it was Mirror Mirror. Um, but yeah, I've never seen either. I guess I should probably check them out. I don't know if I'm. It's not gonna be like soon, because I'm doing Lord of the Rings month. We already have the next review planned out and everything like that. So if I do it, it'll still be a bit of time.
Patrick, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you watched Invincible in general?
Invincible and general, or in
In
general?
general, like, have you just watched any of Invincible? I think is what they mean, instead of like just the newest season.
Yeah, I saw the first season, which I did really like. I really got into it. I don't know why I haven't really followed up on the other 2 seasons. I hear they're good, they're well
Mhm.
made and everything, but just something hasn't called to me for it. So, yeah, I guess I haven't heard anyone say, "You gotta see," when the first season came out, everyone's like, "You gotta see this, holy smokes." I just haven't heard that for the other 2 seasons. So, I could be wrong, maybe I love it, but I just haven't got around to it yet.
Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Potatoes!
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Billy Crystal was originally approached to play Buzz Lightyear. Thoughts?
Boy, I can't see that. I can't see that at all. Usually I hear something, it's like, "Ooh, that's a little unconventional, but I can see it." I just cannot see that. No, I just can't. I'm not saying I'm right. I just can't see it.
SYG Elite God, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, will you ever do Nostalgia Critic reviews on the Transformer movies?
Yeah, that's one of those. So doing the Hobbit movies in one video for Lord of the Rings month, that's kind of like my getting back into that. Again, I mentioned it before. I'm taking different medication to help with the fatigue, and it is doing pretty well. So I'm hoping that'll kind of gear me back into those because there's still 2 I got to see. I got to see. No, oh yeah, no, two. The Beast one, and then the Last Night. I got to see those 2. But yeah, because I do think those would be fun movies to talk about.
Noah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, love ya. As a fan of your newer work, would you ever consider redoing any movies you've already reviewed in your modern format?
Yeah, I've talked about it before. Like, there's enough that I could dedicate like a whole month to it, but I never know. Like I said, I always say I can see the comments already. Oh, he's so out of ideas. He's doing his old reviews again. And it's like, nah, some of them I would like to go back. I love to talk about like Batman Robin in more detail, the Ninja Turtles movies in more detail, maybe Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, some of those. So it's one of these days, maybe like the last year I'm gonna do it. That probably makes sense because then it's like he's out of ideas. Well, yeah, and I'm ending it this year, kind of thing. So maybe it makes sense to do it then.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which emotional climax in the Inside Out films do you like more? Riley breaking down in front of her parents in the first one, or the emotions confronting Riley during her anxiety attack in the second one?
Somebody brought up a really good point in the second one. I think I do like the second one more. Well, first of all, I love her because there's 2 great contradictions. One is she's in that glass box, so she's sealed in, but she can also see through it. And so there's a great kind of contradiction there. And then with the anxiety guy, she's going super, super fast, so fast she can't even see her. But then she's also stuck. She's still at the control panel. And both of those are really, really clever. And I like the resolution too. The resolution is a touch more abstract as well, which makes sense. The emotion should get a little bit more evolved and abstract. So, yeah, I do think I like that resolution a little bit more.
James, thank you for the $20 super chat. If you
Thank
could
you.
make it so one thing from all history never existed with nothing in its place, what would it be?
Well, there's this guy that did some shenanigans with the Third Reich. Maybe him.
Yeah, fair. A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Which comic book movie from 2017 do you love more? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Wonder Woman?
Oh, that's rough. They're so different too. Oh, brother, man. I think I gotta say Wonder Woman just for the scene where she gets out on the in no man's land. Like that is
Mhm.
just like top 5 greatest superhero moments of all time. I mean, and the movie is great too, but like just for that alone. And Guardians 2 is great, but I can't think of a moment as powerful as that. So I'd probably say that.
Robert, thank you for the $7 super chat. When are you going to review Highlander 2, The Quickening, Siskel and Ebert worst film of 1991? Which cut of the film would you review?
So I've never seen all of The Quick, and I've seen bits and pieces of on TV. It does look bad. I'd have to do it after I review the first one, which is another one I always have it on the list. I never get around to it. I only saw it for the first time like maybe 6 years ago, something like that. And I still love it, but yeah, it'll probably be after I do that.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heather, what starter Pokemon did you begin with in Red Blue Edition and Gold Silver Edition? Squirtle. I love Squirtle for just the base games for Red Blue. Gold Silver Gen 2, I went with Cyndaquil. Because I do like water types, but I also like fire types, and I thought Cyndaquil was cuter. Most Faithlessness, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that. In the video you uploaded, I tried leaving a comment saying in Lego Lord of the Ring video game, they did do that joke you wanted to see in the movie with the Rohan king cutting off the spear.
Oh, did they? Oh, I'm a thief, man. Sorry. I didn't know that.
OSB, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, are you a fan of the Mass Effect series?
I've never played them. That's another one we have on the list at some point. Maybe I'll play, but yeah, I don't even know what they're about.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which show do you think is funnier, the DuckTales reboot or Gravity Falls?
Man, that's rough. I almost got to go with Gravity Falls just because it was one of the earlier ones to do it. To have that style and also be continually funny. I think I like the characters a little bit more in Gravity Falls too. I look forward to seeing their reactions to everything compared to the DuckTales, even though the DuckTales one is good. So yeah, I'll say Gravity Falls.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Since the sequel is coming out in July and it turns 30 next year, possible NC on Happy Gilmore.
No, I mean I like the movie. It's I think it's really funny. I did a top 11 M Sandler movies, like good movies list, and I feel like I got all my thoughts out there. So yeah, that's like a mini review right there.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Speedy Gonzalez, and I'm not going to say this in any kind of accent. Yeah, did I scare you, senor?
C.
Sean 49 Doctor, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, as a Star Trek fan, did you ever watch the two shows that were made after Gene Roddenberry died? Earth Final Conflict and Andromeda. And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, I've heard of them. I don't really know what they're about though. I guess I should check them out at some point.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Seinfeld boss do you like more? I'm gonna mess up these names. Steinbrenner or Peterman?
Peterman's the clothes designer, right? Let me see. Seinfeld Peterman. Yeah, Peterman. He's so great. That's another one we're talking about the Looney Tunes show, and he plays Lola's father, and he's just playing pretty much the same character, but it's just so great. Yeah, his voice is so wonderful.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. In your opinion, who is the overall best actor from the Lord of the Rings trilogy? For me, it's Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn.
I mean, I know it sounds weird because he was only in one of them, but Sean Bean. I think he was so complex and interesting. And I say every time you looked at him, you could just always see something was going on. And even in the extended edition, Two Towers, where you see what he's like before he gets to the ring. And you see him before it like corrupts him and everything. He plays that wonderfully. So yeah, I think it's got to be him.
Will, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, how would you rank these Disney duos? Timon and Pumbaa, Jasper and Horace, Pain and Panic.
Why am I blanking on Jasper and Horace? Who's on Jasper? Horace?
That's 101 Dalmatians, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, good memory. Let's see, Timon, Jasper and Horace. And who is the last one?
Pain and Panic.
Probably Jasper and Horace, Timon and Pumbaa, Pain and Panic. I really didn't like Pain and Panic. I'm sorry.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which zombie apocalypse duo do you like more? Lee and Clementine in Walking Dead or Joel and Ellie in Last of Us?
Probably Joel and Ellie. I think they have really good chemistry together.
Connor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just finished the Return of the King review. Hilarious as always. Good luck on The Hobbit.
Thank you so much. It's all the Hobbit movies, so I'll need that luck.
Cody, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hi, Doug. Hi, Heather. You make my driving
Hi.
job so much more fun. Thank you. What are a few of your favorite Disney songs? Possibly underrated ones?
I mean, the villain ones I like. Hellfire. I like Be Prepared. Gaston's a great villain song. And then the ones that took over the world, I did like Let It Go. I did like Into the Unknown. I like We Don't Care About, or We Don't Talk About Bruno. Um, yeah, just about all the songs from Encanto are really, really good. Yeah, so there's some.
Gamer Wolf, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, you should review more Seagal films. Under Siege were two of his best films.
Yeah, that's another one where I've seen bits of them, but I've never seen them all the way through, and I should. I heard they're very good. So I should check those out.
Juliana, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your favorite memory from the very first studio?
Let me see. Memory. I like anytime we were showing people around, we had this huge gun rack, fake prop guns and everything, and just everybody. I mean, they're looking around, playing. Wow, this is so cool. And they just see, and they just go, and they're just like, "Can I hold one? Can I touch one? Can I get a picture with him?" And something about that gun rack, just everybody's eyes light up. I mean, even if they're like anti-gun people, they're like, they just love it. So that was always fun. It was always great seeing people's reactions to that.
Snow, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, today is my 30th birthday. Can you wish me a happy birthday?
Happy birthday! Congrats!
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's that black and white clip where the guy says, "We'll see you later" from?
See you later. Boy, I'm blanking. See you later. I think I'd have to see the clip. I'm so sorry. I'm just completely blanking on it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. I know you really haven't seen much from both, but from what you know have heard about them, which Ninja Turtle show do you think you would like more? The 2003 one or the 2012 one?
Let me see that. 2012 is the CG one, right? Let me see. It is. My guess would be, so I wish I could combine them. I wish I could have the animation of the 2003 one with the writing of the 2012 one. From what I hear, that would probably be the most fun. Because I heard the 2012 one has a lot of like really cool, clever callbacks. But it's also like a good story on its own. So, but again, I haven't seen either.
Oh, people are saying the black and white clip where the guy says, "Well, see you later," is from today's review. Is it from the review must go on?
Okay. I heard "We'll see you later."
I
I'm
may
sorry.
have said "We'll see you later"
That is
and just assumed punctuation that wasn't there.
no, that's from in this one of the commercial specials. There's this, I mean, long line, just super blatantly sexist coffee commercials, and they're really just husbands just treating their wives like absolute crap because they don't make their coffee very well. They're, oh, I gotta change this. And one of them is like he's just yelling at his wife about how terrible the coffee. It just goes, well, see you later. So it's from one of the commercial specials. And since we make a Wilkins joke at the end of that compilation, I just assume, well, people would know what that is, but I guess not. But look them up. They're hilariously awful.
Adam, thank you for the $10 super chat. Which iconic actor's final movie feels weirder as a final film for them? Paul Newman in Cars as Doc Hudson, or John Wayne in Star Wars as the Empire Informant. I'm not joking, these are both real.
Really? Huh. Man, that's kind of, I never knew that about John Wayne. I'll still say Cars because that's just I don't know. Just because I didn't like the movie, I think that's it. I have no other reason.
Tim, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug and Heather, did you ever catch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
A little bit. He's moved away, so he's not my doctor anymore. But my doctor actually did go on there, and you might remember he was he says, B, that's my final answer. And Richard someone goes, is that your final answer? He goes, well, part of that's my final answer. Did you not understand? He was a little snarky with him. And then they gave him the wrong answer. So he came back. They did again. It wasn't film, but they did again. They asked him questions. And he didn't get as far. So they just gave him the original cash prize.
Jay Monty, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you hear that we're getting another new Avatar series that takes place after Legend of Korra called Avatar 7 Havens, which will follow a new Earth Avatar?
Yeah, it sounds good. The only thing I was saying before, the only thing I don't like is that they had Korra screw up so many times, which is okay early on, but it just kept happening through the show. I always thought like her learning the lesson or not learning the lesson, I don't like the way she was written with that. So the idea of having something that they're making it look like is her fault, but it's not going to be. It's going to be something else. That's the one thing I don't like, because I feel like that character just like went through that over and over and over. Now we're going to have that going on again. Is kind of tiring, but everything else sounded pretty decent.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, what do you think of the Avatar episode, The Great Divide? Do you think it's as bad as a lot of the fans think it is? I mean, even some of the weakest episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender are still good TV. It's not like the worst thing in the world. I feel like sometimes people are like, it's just the worst. And like, it's still Avatar. It's still all right. I don't have strong feelings. You know what I mean?
When I heard that, when people are like, what do you think about seeing the worst episode? I was kind of like, which one? And they're like, that one. I'm like, oh, and then people would say their reasons. I'm like, okay, I mean, still fine to me. But I mean, I agree. I would say that it's the weakest of them. But it's hard to say the worst, even though I literally did a list called the top 11 worst avatars.
Steven, thank you for the $10 super chat. With the new Superman movie coming out, would you consider doing a collab with Angry Joe for it?
Probably not. I don't think like our schedules would match up or anything like that. Also haven't talked to him in years, so probably not.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Howdy guys, hope you're doing great. As Heather states, this stream will have a million endings. I checked out the Looney Tunes movie and I laughed a lot.
Yeah, Ketchup Entertainment is really being like my new hero because they're doing the Coyote versus Acme movie now.
Oh, they are?
They're releasing it. And they're the ones that did The Day the Earth Blew Up. Like, it says Warner Bros. Animation, but the first thing that pops up is this Ketchup Entertainment. I'm like, who are these people? And where can I send them my hugs and kisses? Because, yeah, they're the only things that are like keeping Looney Tunes alive right now.
Howard, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, random question. What are your thoughts on Jeff Dunham?
I never got into him, with the exception of one, which is the one you would think I like. The Dead Terrorist? That I know that's bad taste. It does make me laugh. The other stuff just isn't for me. I don't mind puppets, but it just I don't find them that funny. But I mean, he's made an incredible living out of it, which is great for him and everything. I just never got into his humor.
The Masked Nerd, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just rewatched Twitch clips and found a clip of Chaplin breaking wind while you were playing Kingdom Hearts. He probably said, I had Chipotle.
I farted.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Have either of you read anything by Terry Pratchett? Good Omens, Small Gods, books like that? And if so, what do you think of his works? I read Good Omens, and it is good.
I know the name. I know some of the titles. I've sadly never read any of his stuff. And it does sound like stuff I would enjoy, too, because it seems to have a good sense of humor to it. One of these days, maybe I will. But yeah, sadly, I haven't.
It's more than just good, Treg. I tried to say it with emphasis. It's great. It's wonderful. Better? No. Tyler, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, have you seen the 1984 Sergio Leone film Once Upon a Time in America with Robert De Niro and James Woods? In my opinion, as great as Godfather 1 and 2.
It's kind of hard to argue that. It's very, very good, and you do have to see the original cut, the long version. but the good, because for those who don't know, I think the long version is like 4 hours long. It's very, very long, but I'm telling you, it does not feel that long. When I sat down to watch it, and it finally gets to the flashback, because you see these people are living their lives, and then you go to a flashback. I thought 15, 20 minutes had passed, and I looked at it was 45 minutes. I was like, holy smokes. So yes, it is very, very good, very well put together. And if for any other reason, just for a film that's 4 hours long, to move at that speed, and just not feel that long, I feel like that almost counts for being as good as the Godfather movies.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In The Day the Earth Blew Up, what do you think of Peter MacNicol as the invader?
I thought it could have been funnier. And that's not the performance, right? I mean, clearly he's very, very funny with his voice. But I just thought some of the writing for him could have been better, but he was fine.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your guys' favorite David Fincher film? I've been watching his films for the first time and been enjoying them. I saw Seven, Panic Room, and Zodiac.
Fight Club, definitely. The minute I saw it, I'm like, this movie's smart. And I always call it timelessly dated, because sometimes it is just the movie of the moment, and then other times it is so clearly 20 years old, kind of thing. Like, well, that was the thing 20 years ago. Because the generations keep changing. It's talking about a certain generation, but events that happened in that generation. I think that's very fascinating, going through times where sometimes a lot of stuff isn't happening, sometimes a lot of stuff's happening, or at least that we're aware of, I should say. More like a worldwide or even a cultural point of view. So yeah, it's very, very good.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $20 super chat. I found out that Clancy Brown's character in Starship Troopers share the same exact name as the title character for Invader Zim, that Brown stated in an interview that he thought they named the latter after his character.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's right. He is in that movie, isn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Desk, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Been a fan since the beginning. I miss Dr. Smith and his giant legion of spiders. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Yeah. When I was doing Return of the King today, I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably drop that little nugget in there. I don't know how many people remember it, but I will, so you don't have to.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. I laughed hard watching The Day the Earth Blew Up. I had to bite my thumb because I was laughing so much when they were trying to find jobs.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good bits. And anything with the Farmer Jim character, I was really trying, like, even after he disappeared off screen, I'm like, okay, just don't think about it, because I just knew I would keep laughing and embarrass myself.
Jacob, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, would you consider reviewing the 2010 film Unstoppable? It's a movie about a runaway train starring Denzel and Chris Pine. It's also Tony Scott's final movie.
I'm not aware of it. I'll try to check it out.
Lucas, thank you for the $5 super chat. I always wondered, and I ask you, Doug, which characters would not have appeared in Infinity War and Endgame if Marvel had all the rights?
Oh, you mean like X-Men or something like that? Or
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is what we're talking about? I mean, I don't know, because we don't know what they would do with them. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Fantastic Four and Wolverine, because they always have to work in Wolverine to something, if X-Men are involved. Yeah, no. Oh, and Magneto, probably. He'd probably be a good, going into space and everything. Yeah, sounds like something up his alley.
Howard, thank you for the $5 super chat. Were you guys thinking of doing a nostalgia critic of the original Final Destination movie for the release of Bloodlines this year?
The Final Destination movies are also films where it's like, I've seen them. I've probably seen them all the way through, but not in order, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it probably makes sense for me to sit down and watch one all the way through. But I remember liking them fine, but I didn't get super into them. I know a lot of people really get into them, but they're fine. They're fun, but I don't think there's too much else I can get out of it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the MCU films, what do you think of Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner? I think he makes for a great lovable nerd.
He's good. I can't not think of the parallel universe where Edward Norton is playing him. I think I would like Norton more, but I like his take that he always feels like a guy who's trying to keep himself calm. He seems like a guy who probably listens to a lot of meditation to relax, and so he has kind of a calmer way of talking. It's like that does make sense for the kid. That is different from Norton's, but I just like Edward Norton more. I think he's more cool. That's kind of the only reason.
Blonde Adult, thank you for the 500 bits. Critics have, sorry, not critics, just critic, just you. Have you ever heard of the animated show Justice League Action? It didn't get a lot of attention. They had a limited budget and had to choose between good animation and good voice actors, and they chose the latter, which was surprisingly the right call. Despite the weakness of the animation, the show is great and the jokes are hilarious. Lex Luthor is played by James Wood. Very underrated. Check it out.
I think I've seen like when I look up this picture, I'm like, okay, I've seen this style before. And you're right, I'm not a fan of that animation style. But I also haven't really seen the original Justice League show. I mean, again, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but not a ton of it. So yeah, I probably have to watch that first before checking that out.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Tangled show, how would you rank the three main characters, Rapunzel, Eugene, and Cassandra?
Uh I like Cassandra the most. Well, they do the most with her, don't they? As the show goes on. Um, Probably Rapunzel and then Eugene.
Jeremy, thank you for becoming a member for 4 months over on YouTube. Appreciate
Thank
that. Welcome
you.
back. When I die, I don't want a eulogy. I want an NC review of my life, complete with skits based off my most embarrassing moments, crossover with the cinema snob who will review my sex life.
uh, I'll see what I can do.
Seth, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do y'all have any thoughts on the new Lilo and Stitch trailer? I grew up with the original, so I'm cautiously optimistic.
Um, it didn't look good. It didn't look bad. I'll say this: it'll be interesting seeing a Disney live action remake with a movie that takes place now. You know,
Mhm.
it's not like a fairy tale or Far Off Land or anything. But and everything's gonna ride on the actresses playing the sisters. I think that's where it's gonna either make or break it. But a lot of it just looks like a shot for shot remake. Not like an awful one, but like, just I've seen this before. So I'm not excited, but I'm not like, dreading it either. So we'll see.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $10 super chat. Whitney's the Goldenrod gym leader in Pokemon Gold and Silver games. Her milk tank is notoriously hard to beat. I know you have trouble with hard video games, as seen earlier this week.
Well, I mean, doesn't everybody have trouble with hard video games? They're hard.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $5 super chat. Follow up to my answer on Zim. Huge missed opportunity to add an Invader Zim joke / reference to your NC review for Starship Troopers.
I haven't seen that many the only episodes I've seen have been for Dark Tooth. I didn't grow up with that show. So I did discover it later, and I like it. It's really cool. But yeah, I just was not familiar.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Part 1. What are some of your guys' favorite climaxes in films? For me, it's Avengers Endgame, the house chase, and Crane Swing in Monster House.
Those are good. I love the climax in Sleeping Beauty, actually, with Maleficent and the dragon, all that. The music, that's really great. Last Crusade with the tank, that's really
Mhm.
great. Batman 89, I love all that climax. So yeah.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Sonic 3, what do you think of the scene where Robotnik says goodbye to Stone?
I liked it. Again, that's where I kind of put together. I'm like, wow, were they giving this character like an emotional arc without me even knowing it? It's like they did, and they actually did a pretty good job.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the video called Poorly Aged 2000s Commercials? 2 of them have P. Diddy.
Maybe. So I think there's quite a few of those. They usually have Cosby in the picture, the thumbnail, but so possibly.
Maze, thank you for the $5 super chat. Part 2, the Lone Ranger train chase and the Spiderwick Chronicles house battle. Those are just more climaxes.
Yeah,
they enjoy.
climaxes. I actually do remember the climax in Lone Ranger being okay. There was a creativity to it that I remember kind of liking.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Star Wars month?
Maybe which ones would I mean? I'd have to do, I guess, either the prequels or the original ones one night. I don't know. We'll see.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on Star Trek The Undiscovered Country? I finally watched it recently and absolutely loved it. Such a visual overhaul after the shabby effects we saw in The Final Frontier.
We were just saying the visuals out of it. It's just a good story. Good ad. We quote it a lot. We grew up with Star Trek, so we quote a lot of lines and stuff. And yeah, no. Well, it's funny because I so didn't get into 5. I was just getting into Star Trek, and 5 was the first one I saw on the big screen. I was like, that was kind of lame, so I just skipped 6, and then like Rob and everybody comes home and it's like, yeah, that was one of the best ones. I'm like, damn it.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the movies What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Mask with Cher and Sam Elliott? Possible NC for either or both?
Oh, yeah, those are uppers. Mask is wonderful. That's a really, really good movie. What's even Gilbert Grape? I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember liking it. But I'd be lying if I said my memory of it was very, very strong. I remember the performances definitely, but I don't remember too much else about it. Just the bullet points, what happened. So I think I remember it being good. And probably not NC. That'd be too depressing. They're both very, very sad movies.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, how would you rank these Ashley Johnson characters? Tara from Teen Titans, Pike from Vox Machina, and Ellie from Last of Us. I'm going to put Ellie on top because I love Last of Us. I'll do Ellie, Pike, and then Tara at the bottom. Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will we ever see Rob without a hat? I dare him to show us what's underneath it. We can't. We legally cannot have Rob ever take his hat off. It's for your own safety, chat.
Yes. Yeah. The reflection is just too. No. I should talk.
Patty P, thank you for the €5 super chat. What are your thoughts on Renfield, specifically Nick Cage as Dracula? Would you ever consider doing an NC on it?
It was fine. But that's about it. I didn't get. I mean, the most fun of it. It's not that it's written bad or anything, but the most fun is the performances. Just seeing these fun actors together in this fun idea. But outside of that, it's like it's decent. It's okay. There's not much I can really bring to it. I feel like.
Lucas, thank you for the $5 super chat. I was going to post the 7 dirty words to prove you can still cuss, Doug, but they wouldn't let me. Thoughts on George Carlin and unrelated Jim Gaffigan?
Jim Gaffigan's. Well, both of them are wonderful comedians. Carlin definitely more, influential. But Gaffigan's very, very funny. Whenever there's a new Gaffigan special, there's always like, an excitement.
Snare Flare, thank you for the $5 super chat. I have a joke for all of you. Doug's hairline.
Well, it's in there somewhere.
Oh, Bro Productions, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Moral Oral? It's one of the earliest examples of a serious adult animated show. It's one of my favorite animated series of all time.
Yeah, I tried it. It's not for me. I know what people say about it and everything, but I just watched, I think, the first 2 episodes, and I went to someone who's a friend, but he really likes the show a lot. I just said, "Is it all this?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "I don't think it's for me." like I make jokes about religion and stuff like that, and I'm not against doing that, but just that style. And I did grow up with the Davy and Goliath, definitely. So I know what they're referencing. But so about that style, I'm like, all right, so it's just kind of this joke over and over, and the joke's just not entertaining enough for me, or the style's not entertaining enough for me. So yeah, I just kind of stayed away from it. But it's not because of the subject matter. It's that it just felt a little too repetitive. So yeah, it just wasn't my thing.
Tyler, thank you for the $5 super chat. Unpopular opinion, I actually really love Ang Lee's Hulk ever since I was a kid. I don't care what anyone says. P.S. Awesome score from Danny Elfman.
Oh, if you love it, please love it. Yeah, somebody's got it. No. There is some of the imagery in terms of like digging into someone's subconscious and stuff like that. They have some fun with that and that comic book style. In terms of if you're gonna dive into somebody's mind, like there's something there. He had like a seed of an idea in there. I just don't think it quite worked out. But no, when it came out, I think the reviews were okay. So you're not alone.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Star Trek Beyond, what do you think of Idris Elba? Do you think he's a good villain?
I'm sure his performance is fine, but I think everyone was saying, and I agree, just with all the makeup and the voice distortion and the fact that he doesn't really get to do any really good monologues or like character moments or anything like that. I feel it's kind of weird. It reminded me of F. Murray Abraham in Star Trek Insurrection. I'm just like, man, you got a great actor. Why put him under all this makeup where you can't see the expression or hear the great voice? So yeah, it didn't do much for me.
Jamia, thank you for the $10 super chat. The other one I want you to review is Don Bluth's Thumbelina.
Yeah, that's one I've never seen all the way through. I've just seen bits and pieces. I'm just like, what is this? So, yeah, one of these days I might.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, how many movie posters do you have?
Movie poster? Mm, maybe none. Actually, so growing up, I had like movie posters and stuff, but I mean, like now they're at the studio. I just see them there if we ever need them for like a prop. So yeah, maybe none.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank these Mad Max villains? Anti Entity from Beyond Thunderdome, Immortan Joe from Fury Road, and Dementis from Furiosa.
Oh man, they're all really fun. And Morton Joe's probably the most menacing. And then, man, oh man, that's so Tina Turner's just a little cooler, so I had to put her next, and then Hemsworth. But man, that's rough. Those are all great villains.
Jared, thank you for the $7 super chat. Dear Doug, your videos on storytelling are incredible. Please review the original Disney Snow White. Don't let people forget the original's legacy.
So I am gonna do a video. It's not gonna be this month because there's too many movies coming out, but probably next month where I am gonna talk about like emotional storytelling. And Snow White's one of the movies I do talk about with that. So I'm sure people will still be talking about the Snow White movie after that anyway. So yeah, I definitely will do a video. It won't be a review, but it will be a video, a very detailed video about why I do think it does hold up.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. Let's play a game with these upcoming films. Bomb, flop, nobody will see. I mean, I don't know what the difference is, but we'll, bomb, flop,
it's a slight, but not much.
Nobody will see. Lilo and Stitch, live action. I assume it's live action. How to Train Your Dragon, Snow White. Pick their outcome.
Let's see. I'll say bomb for Snow White because just at this point it must have cost a lot of money. Flop for Lilo and Stitch, maybe just for like the projections, maybe. And then nobody will see How to Train Your Dragon because they've already seen it.
Right. The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the $5 super chat. Speaking of John Cena, it is his last year wrestling in the WWE, which makes me think of what the last year of NC would be like. Thoughts?
You know, like year one, I thought I had an idea. Well, this is how I'm going to end it. Well, I guess we tried it, didn't we? We tried ending the NC a certain way. But even at like year one, I had a different idea of how it would be because the character was kind of different and everything. So I've decided not to think too much about it because I just don't know where I or the character of the show or any of this is going to be. I mean, God, things just change so much on YouTube and the internet in general. So yeah, it's best probably not to plan it out too much.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. If you could redo your favorite TV shows list, would you include BoJack, Rick and Morty, or Better Call Saul on that list?
I definitely get BoJack on there. And somebody did point out on the list that technically Avatar is not on there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't see Avatar at that point. But when I did the vlogs, I said at the end, I think this is my new favorite show. I definitely would get BoJack on there. I might do it again. Maybe I'll do a list.
Disney Knowledge, thank you for the $5 super chat. I don't know what your standing is with him, but would love to maybe hear you on Tony Goldmark's Escape from Vault Disney podcast.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I'm sorry. I also don't do many unless it's something that's like here I'm in control because the fatigue. And sometimes people have seen this fatigue will suddenly I can't form words and stuff like that. Hopefully this medication is helping and stuff like that. But for now, I really don't do interviews unless it's something that's like, in-house, like with Heather. Sometimes Heather's even trying to help me pick up the pieces when I can't, say words and stuff. So yeah, I'm still pretty protective about that.
Farad, thank you for the 500 bits. Also, hi, Farad.
Hi. Hey, buddy.
Thoughts on the SNL 50 specials?
Like plural or just, I mean, I think it's just one. I see the whole thing. I don't think I saw the whole thing. I saw bits and pieces. It was all right. So yes, on the one hand, they have a right to congratulate themselves, but they're still a comedy show. So there were a few too many times where they're patting themselves. Aren't we influential? Didn't we change the blah, blah? I'm like, don't just be funny. Have fun with it. Bring in all the celebrities and, adding another version of whatever Black Jeopardy or whatever sketches they want to keep doing and stuff like that. That's great, but it was a little too self-congratulatory. It felt like the Oscars. I mean, they kind of do the same thing, but it was fine for what I saw.
I think we're going to have to pick up the pace just a
Yep,
little bit
gotcha.
here. Lucas, thank you for the $5 super chat. Your last NC video should re-review Garbage Pail Kids and maybe first viewings also. Watching it again kills you. Last super chat for a while. Love you, Doug.
Maybe that'll be the last episode.
Sam, thank you for the $2 super chat. James, thank you for the $10 super chat. What's something silly you believed when you were little? For me, I thought when a place I liked closed and something else took its place, that new business was why the old one closed.
um, Man, I played a lot of silly stuff, but I'm blanking. I can't think of it. Santa Claus. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't think of something better.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Disney Plus is rebooting the Power Rangers franchise.
Oh, neat. Oh, I thought of a better one. Just whenever you see a toy like move on TV, like stop motion, I thought the toy could actually do that. I guess that's one.
Oh, yeah. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Can we get a clue at the first post Lord of the Rings review?
It is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year.
Wow. Too Bad Waluigi Time, thank you for the £5 super chat. 2 suggestions for NC reviews, Surf's Up and Night at the Museum. I can't believe you haven't done Surf's Up yet.
Yeah, actually, I'm shocked I haven't done either of those the more I think about it. Yeah, I'll add to the list.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 59-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank
OMG,
you.
OMG, OMG, 59 months. This is so amazing. I can't believe. Hello, Gandug and Heathermere. What do you think of No Country for Old Men? Watched it for the first time, and I think I need to sit on it for a while to really figure out what it was doing.
I did. When I first saw it, I liked it, but I didn't really know what it was doing. And then I did let some time go by, and I'm like, all right, actually, this is really, really good.
Monkey D. Landon, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey guys, hope you're all good. Doug, are you going to see the F1 movie?
Oh, is that the new fat? No, wait, that's the racing movie. Yeah, that looked good. I'm not even into racing, but because it's that director, the guy that did Maverick, I'm pretty interested in that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank these Disney parent figure characters? Grunkle Stan, Reboot Scrooge, Ida, and Hop Pop.
Oh man. Man. Ida first, then Grunkle Stan, then Scrooge, then Papa. I mean, they're all great characters, though.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Sorry, Heather, that Leanne Clementine or Joel and Ellie question was for you. Who do you like more? That makes so much more sense. I just read it and I was like, Doug doesn't know who Lee and Clementine are. He didn't play Walking
Well, that's
Dead.
why I went with, yeah, that's why I went with, yeah, Joel and Ellie.
I would still go with Joel and Ellie. As much as I do love the Walking Dead game, I do like Last of Us more. So I'm still going to go with Joel and Ellie and agree with Doug. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, watch the Big Bang Theory episode where the boys fight over the ring. It's really funny.
All right, might check that out.
Hyper Devil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 53-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's a really funny Family Guy clip my friend showed me where the character voiced by H. John Benjamin goes on the stage at a comedy club and does impressions. I'm going to be Archer from the show Archer. Hello, I'm Archer. Now I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. Hello, I'm Bob.
That sounds funny. That's cool.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. If Killer Croc said, I threw a rock at him today, Joker would be like, you threw Dwayne Johnson at Batman?
Sure. It'd be an off day for him, but sure.
Master Tiebreaker, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, I saw the Looney Tunes movie yesterday, and I can say I enjoyed myself just fine. I think the problem with the movies today, especially animated movies, is that they're trying too hard to be the next big thing, either box office blockbusters or tear-jerking masterpieces. Nobody wants to make an animated movie that's just fun for fun's sake.
I agree. Hopefully this will open it up a bit more.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. One of my favorite NC jokes is when you're on the plane arguing about your crossover with AVGN. I am the biggest Ninja Turtles fan and I deserve to be bigger on the title card. Everything about me is bigger than him, including that. Don't ask how I know.
Boy, it sounds like my writing, but I don't remember that. That's so funny. I mean, I've been doing it for a while.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Into the Spider-Verse, what do you think of the scene where Peter and Miles say goodbye? I love when Peter says, not bad, kid, and he falls into the portal.
Yeah, no, I thought all that was done really well.
JL, thank you for the 11-month subscription over on Twitch.
Thank
Welcome back.
you.
Appreciate that. Did you do all the Pirates movies?
Yeah, well, of the Caribbean, yeah.
Axel Rose, thank you for the 100 NOK through Super Chat. A great cartoon I saw growing up was Our Guy, The Prophecy. Only problem, not released in a lot of English-speaking countries. But if you like fever dream plot, then I can recommend.
Yeah, all right. Might check that out. Never even heard of it.
The Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Wow, we sure came a long way. The first time I heard you have a Twitch channel is when you said you were playing the first Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, I want to see this.
And we were around even before then. I think Rob and I were playing, and once in a while we look over at chat. We didn't know what we were doing.
I know,
Like,
it's so funny to think that these Wednesday Q&As used to just be you and Rob playing video games.
yeah,
They-
thank God for Heather.
Well, they only became Q&As during the pandemic. We were like, well, what do we do? And I was like, I can slap this together. I don't know. Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think Korasami would be without the Nickelodeon restrictions?
I don't know, because I don't know if they were planning that from the beginning or not. I would have liked if they went more into that, because they suddenly just pops up at the end. It's like, well, okay. I mean, they have chemistry. I like to see them, do something with that.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you know famous celebrities like Ringo Starr, Alec Baldwin, and George Carlin narrated Thomas the Train? All three have great voices for the show.
Yeah, boy, I heard, I just thought it was a corny, badly done kid show, but everyone says, it's apparently really, really good.
It's
So,
got a lot of heart.
yeah, no, I believe him. I just have never gotten around to watching. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I ever have the time, but I believe people when they say that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, sorry.
How dare you?
Doug, thoughts on the movie Ghost?
Oh, I like it. What a great mix, a bizarre mix of really intense drama and some really funny comedy with Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good movie.
Aka, I thank you for the 15. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you, thank you. And I panicked for no reason. We've caught up. We're here. Yeah. All
Cool.
right. Amazing.
All right.
July Media over on YouTube asks, "Hey Doug, have you seen Yin Yang Yo?"
Boy, why does that sound familiar? Let me see. Yin Yang Yo. Yang Yo. Oh, maybe. Okay, I haven't seen it as a show, but I've recognized some of these pictures. I didn't know it was a Disney show. I guess short answer, no.
Gabriel Kane, the creative kid over on Twitch says, "Have you seen the movie Flipper with Elijah Wood? If so, what do you think of it, and would it be a possible NC?"
No, I have no interest. I didn't watch Flipper growing up. I just have no interest.
Technogirl over on YouTube asks, "Hi Doug, since the Macy's Wanamaker's building in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is closing this month, have you ever seen an 80s comedy movie called Mannequin where it was filmed? If so, any plans on reviewing it?"
Man, years ago. I remember liking it okay, but I don't have the strongest memories of it. So, I'll try to watch it again.
Movie Lover over on Twitch says, "Hey Doug, how would you rate the following 80s fantasy films? Neverending Story, Return to Oz, Labyrinth, Princess Bride, and Willow."
Man, Neverending Story was the one after. Oh, Return to Oz. Yeah, right. Maybe the order you gave it: Neverending Story, Return to Oz, Princess Bride, Labyrinth, and then Willow. That's just my personal take.
Mm-hmm. Catherine over on YouTube asks, "Hey Doug, are you going to reference the extended Hobbit scenes in the next review? They do make the movies better."
Do they? Oh, I can't fathom that. They're just already so long. I haven't seen them. I can barely get through the movie. Yeah, boy, I don't know if I could do it. Maybe you're right, but I just don't think I can do it.
Samuel, thank you for the $2 super chat. Doug, have you played the Wii Fit before?
Yeah, when it like first came out, I remember having a good time. I used to do the Michael Jackson. Well, I think in one of the videos I even show that I would do some of the dancing out there and stuff like that. I remember having a good time with that. I know it's not technically We Fit, but it's practically We Fit.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. For your Miss Doubtfire review, did you watch it on streaming or physical media?
Oh, physical media. Whenever we do a review, we try to have the physical media. As we're seeing with Looney Tunes disappearing from Max, it's good to have physical media.
Yeah. Frankfurt the Orange on YouTube says, "So, Dougie boy, you thought of checking out the very first Transformers movie in 1986 with Orson Welles and Judd Nelson?"
Yeah, whenever I excuse me, whenever I do the Transformer movies, which I realize whenever I do this video, they're gonna have to be short reviews, aren't they? Because there's a lot more than I thought. I'll include that in there because that's a fun movie to talk about.
Power Gamer over on Twitch says, "Everyone going to see Snow White this weekend? Hi ho, this movie's gonna blow."
I was gonna say it's like I know what this is gonna rhyme with. Probably.
Where did it go? Ultimate Frozen's fan over on YouTube says, "Hey Doug, why is nobody talking slash complaining about the nightmare fuel Pleakley? Pleakley.
Spell it.
Pleakley.
Why does that sound familiar? Oh, oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying. It's Bleakley. I was gonna say, why do I know that? That's the character from Lilo and Stitch, the one-eyed alien. I think he's probably talking about the CG version of him in Lilo and Stitch. I'm sure he's only in the trailer for a little bit. Maybe that's why. But you're probably right. I'm sure he's gonna look freaky.
Gabriel Kane says, "A while back you reviewed the first 3 Chucky movies with Phalis. Any interest in reviewing the rest of the Chucky franchise?"
Did I do the first 3? I did the first one. Oh, I think those were his videos. And I guest star on those. Maybe so. I love Brad Dourif. I love the character of Chucky. I don't get into those movies, honestly. They just don't interest me. Even when they do something kind of different, like with Bride of Chucky or I don't know, Bride of Chucky. Like I'm just not that into them. So probably not.
Louis over on YouTube asks, "Are you going to watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2?"
I mean, I have to review it. So yes.
King Croker over on Twitch says, "What's your thoughts on the Whitest Kids You Know and the late Trevor Moore? Been watching their stuff again?"
I feel like I've seen like a video or two, or a sketch or two from them. I remember them being funny, but if you were to tell me name a sketch of theirs right now, I don't think I could. I just remember it being, decent. So obviously, I have a lot more I need to watch.
Frankfurt the Orange over on YouTube says, "Hey Doug, which Transformer was your favorite? Mine is definitely Galvatron."
Um, just Optimus Prime. I'm sorry to be so boring.
And this will probably have to be our last one here. Blabolic Block over on Twitch says, "Since we already got an R-rated Mortal Kombat movie and better video game adaptations, how do you judge the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie as its own thing, the same way you look back on the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie?"
I mean, I guess I'd have to watch it again. Look, I don't think it's like awful or terrible or anything like that. Honestly, compared to something like Street Fighter, it's a lot better. Because at least it looks like the game. And there's some cool moments, but it's still so corny. It looks like a CW show. I just never thought it was that good. But there's some cool things, and there's always going to be something, my lizard brain, where it's just cool to see Kano. It's cool to see Sub-Zero. It's cool to see Scorpion. The one scene I think is legit, like really badass, is when they bring in Liu Kang. They bring him to the room. They just point like, wait there. He leaves, and Sub-Zero just walks down. And they just start fighting. I love that. They don't have to say anything. They don't even change the shot, I don't think. They just go. And I love that. I thought that was really cool.
Okay, awesome. And that's going to bring us to 8 o'clock here. at least here in Chicago. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We really super appreciate it. Over on Twitch, we do have content 5 days a week, so come on over there and hang out. Melvin will be live tomorrow. Doug will be back on both Twitch and YouTube on Friday. And as I alluded to earlier, Tamara and I are playing Split Fiction together on Mondays on uh Twitch. Wow, my brain was almost like YouTube. YouTube? No, not YouTube. Twitch. Anyway,
Been doing a lot of reading.
yeah. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and we will hopefully see you later.
Bye. Goodbye.